Pass the phone to somebody that's obsessed with the Tower of London.
It's a very historical building. Pass the phone to someone that's obsessed with the algorithm on TikTok.
Pass the phone to somebody that thinks their best mates were Margot Robbie because they had a picture with her 20 years ago.
Wasn't 20 years ago. Pass the phone to somebody that reckons they're ace.
Okay, I am passing the phone to the prettiest girlfriend in the world. I'm passing the phone to somebody whose hairline is worse than LeBron's. Oh, alright. I'm passing the phone to somebody who has a really nasty pimple on their forehead today. Wow, really, Warren? Okay, I'm passing the phone to somebody who has dependency issues and needs to be with me like 90% of the time. Like, seriously? Grow up. Okay, I'm passing the phone to somebody who thinks I was on vacation last month in Europe with my mom, but I was really with my ex-girlfriend. I'm passing the phone to a guy I cheated on twice last weekend. Okay, I'm passing the phone to somebody who doesn't even have parents who are alive anymore. I'm passing the phone to somebody who doesn't know I used to be a man. I'm passing the phone to somebody... Hold on.
Pass the phone to somebody who thinks they're more built than
Pass the phone to someone who thinks they look good with a lip piercing.
Pass the phone to someone who can't last longer than 5 minutes in bed.
Pass the phone to someone who... Pass the phone to someone who can't last 4 hours without being in hospital.
Pass the phone to someone who has major mummy issues.
Pass the phone to someone who doesn't need a chopping board.
Okay. Pass the phone to someone who can't do a fucking word search because they're too dyslexic.
Pass the phone to someone who thinks doing drugs is cool.
Pass the phone to someone who used to be addicted to coke.
Pass the phone to someone who wants to be treated well but goes for cunts.
Pass the phone to someone with a crooked nose.
Pass the phone to someone who has a breakdown if they don't get their way.
Pass the phone to someone whose dad's 6 feet under. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna pass the phone to somebody who has 2 chins and breaths always smell like booty hole.
I'm gonna pass somebody the phone who ass bigger than mine.
Whoa, chill out. I'm about to pass the phone to somebody who got 6 eyelashes.
I'm about to pass the phone to somebody who got a spray-on hairline.
I'm about to pass the phone to somebody who lips be so chapped it look like they ate every powdered donut in the world.
I'm about to pass the phone to somebody whose feet be so stained if they put it in water, all the fish rise to the top.
I'm about to pass the phone to somebody who got to hang their hair up in the bathroom.
Okay, I'm about to pass the phone to somebody who smile like this.
I'm about to pass the phone to somebody who not about to be engaged no more.
I'm about to pass the phone to somebody whose toenails can open up a can.
Get out.
I'm passing the phone to someone who wasn't supposed to be born.
I'm passing the phone to someone who has anger issues.
The fuck? I don't have anger issues. I'm passing the phone to someone who every boyfriend she dates turns out to be gay.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's 8 years old and still can't sleep without their mom and dad.
I'm passing the phone to someone that made my mom cry.
I'm passing the phone to the ugliest person in the family.
I'm passing the phone to someone who wears way too much makeup.
I'm passing the phone to someone who got cheated on.
I'm passing the phone to someone who has no common sense.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's a virgin at 20.
I'm passing the phone to someone who is adopted.
I'm passing the phone to someone that's in college and still needs its mommy's help.
I'm passing the phone to someone whose room literally looks like a pig's pen.
I'm passing the phone to someone who tried out for the high school baseball team 3 times and still didn't make it.
I'm passing the phone to the person who's always trying to marry their daughter off.
I'm passing the phone to the one who thinks that she's my boss.
I'm passing the phone to the person who is retired and doesn't know what to do with himself.
Okay. I'm passing the phone. I'm passing the phone to the person who don't want to get married.
I'm passing the phone to the person that's supposed to make sure they take care of me all day, every day, until the day that they are no longer on this earth.
That would be your mother, not me. Pass the phone to her.
Excuse me?
That would be your mother, not me.
I'm passing the phone to my personal bank account.
How do I respond to that?
Pass the phone to someone whose mum loves me more than them.
Pass the phone to someone who has raging daddy issues.
Pass the phone to someone with hobbit feet.
Pass the phone to someone who likes being degraded in bed.
Don't expose me. Pass the phone to someone who's only good in bed because I taught them.
Pass the phone to someone who cried when Little Peep and Juice WRLD died.
Pass the phone to someone who likes getting their earlobes licked.
Pass the phone to someone with childhood trauma.
Pass the phone to someone whose middle name is Sixton.
Pass the phone to someone who thinks ketamine in a park bench is a good night out.
Pass the phone to someone who thinks their tattoos look like patchwork tattoos, but they look like scribbles on a school desk.
Pass the phone to someone who thinks they're bad but crumbles when you raise your voice a little bit.
Pass the phone to someone who wastes all their money modding up their car.
Pass the phone to someone who doesn't have any money.
Pass the phone to someone who's had the same cut on their lip for 5 months.
Pass the phone to someone who got sexually assaulted.
Pass the phone to someone who's balding at the age of 18.
Pass the phone to someone who dyes their hair so they're not depressed.
Pass the phone to someone who looks 12 but they don't. Pass the phone to someone who looks 12 but they don't get. Fuck! Pass the phone to someone who looks 12 but doesn't get ID'd because they have hand tattoos.
Pass the phone to someone with shit hand tattoos.
Pass the phone to someone who still has their ex's initials tattooed. Both your ex's initials tattooed on you.
Pass the phone to someone who can't commit to a relationship.
Pass the phone to someone who had braces but still has fucked up teeth.
Pass the phone to someone who cries at any minor inconvenience.
Pass the phone to someone who smashed their phone at work because they got angry at me.
Pass the phone to someone who always thinks they're right.
I am always right. Pass the phone to someone with no GCSEs.
Pass the phone to someone who can't make a decision for themselves.
Pass the phone to someone who, if you understood what they're saying, you'd fucking answer it.
Bro, it's been 2 years.
I'm passing the phone to someone who was raised by giraffes.
I'm passing the phone to someone who can't ride the roller coaster.
I'm passing the phone to someone that survived the Titanic.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's had too much plastic surgery.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who's going to be a 40-year-old virgin.
Not really sure why I have this phone right now, but I'm passing the phone to someone who sleeps with their cousin.
The hell is this? I don't have time for this. I'm at a family reunion.
I'm passing el phono to a very smart chica.
I'm passing a phone to a teacher that doesn't know I speak English.
I'm passing the phone to a teacher who will always cover my class when I have to make a number 2 at school.
I'm passing the phone to a guy who thinks I'm a teacher at Brensville High School, but I'm actually still a student.
I'm handing the phone to 3 athletes who visit me after second hour every day.
I'm handing the phone to a teacher who I only come to visit because he has a candy drawer.
I'm passing the phone to one of my favorite students from last year.
I'm passing the phone to the teacher who gave everyone COVID because he couldn't keep his mask over his nose.
I'm handing the phone to a youngster who visits me every day before school.
I'm passing the phone to the teacher I come to see in the morning when I'm late, because I know he'll give me a pass.
I'm passing the phone to a bright young scholar who, with my help, will get a 5 on the AP test.
I'm passing the phone to my real AP teacher.
Hey, where'd my phone? Oh,